2016, and already the Silver Ferns with a tip.
First blood to Selby Rickett. Just watch the battle between Selby Rickett and Bruce. That got very willing in the round play.
Well, JUFIT didn't know what to do there. Should she go long? And a few nerves early, the whistle blows. It's a held ball.
That was fast, but it's been consistent all weekend. The umpires think it's fast 3. Fast 3 seconds. Fast 2. But hey, they've been consistent, so the players are on notice. They know they've got to get rid of the ball quickly.
So, Jane Searle, the coach of Australia, up against Kirin Wills, the coach of the New Zealand's.
One. She was in the 1. You can take the 2 if you want to.
So the obstruction was called in the 1. She's been given the option to take the 2. I'm confused, but who cares? It's a held ball.
Yeah, Susan Pettit just using the board to try and get rid of the defender. And that's a danger from her shot. The umpires are going to be quick. She just has to turn and shoot, just like this woman.
Oh, you just wonder what was going through Maria JUFIT's head when she had her first opportunity. She's missed her first shot at goal. That will change, folks, don't worry, as that lady gets some rhythm in her shot. Maitland waits now as KYTO gets hand to ball.
Australia.
Just watch its New Zealand defensive zone. Normally we're used to seeing 5 players set up the zone in that end, but now it's 3 players. So instead of being a diamond or 2-1-2, Pettit with 2, and she gets the Australians on the board. It actually becomes a triangle.
So JUFIT working the ball across the circle with Crampton. And Shimon causes the contact. So from the 2-point zone, it's not to be, but it will go back into the hands. And she hasn't waited for the play to come back on court. Oh, crucial mistake. JUFIT.
Obstruction.
So Courtney Bruce sending the ball through play. Quick hands from Nevins to Thwaites.
Obstruction.
Well, Pettit's there to offload to. They could get an easy one, but they take the risk and go for 2. And it pays off Liz Ellis.
Certainly does. You see in this tournament, the centre court players come into it. They're trying to defend, but someone the size of Sinclair or Nevins, almost like little mosquitoes just jumping up against these shooters.
So Sam Sinclair now on the court. Maya Wilson at goal attack. And they've just put Maria to the bench to settle.
I really like the changes that the Australian team has been making through the course of the quarters. As Wilson gets New Zealand on the board. And JUFIT is back on, doesn't get much rest. She almost expends more energy running on and off the court than she does to stay on.
Well, she'll be happy she's on a goal attack. That's more familiar for her. There's Erin Bell now for Australia. And she leaves the hand in the air in true Bell fashion. Watson on now at goal defence. That's Sinclair in the middle, teaming with the youngster Wilson. Oh, great ball to JUFIT.
Contact defence.
Second time today I've seen JUFIT just run on with the ball. It's like she's, whatever's bothering her with a feet or a knee, she doesn't want to stop. So the Australians need to make sure they continue to contest, but don't give away the penalty. Make her run on and make her give away that footwork call.
So under 2 minutes left to play in this grand final first quarter. Fast 5 action now at its best with the 2 top teams going head-to-head. Erin Bell from the 2-point range.
Jury, she's been really good this tournament. Super long reach, and with the players taking the longer shot, it changes the angle to the post, and her height really comes into play. You can feel the intensity, can't you, Sue? It just hasn't been there for some of the matches, but it's here now, and these women are here to play. There is push and shove. The looks on their faces.
There's a little bit of JUFIT flair. She's found it. And we're back to within 1. Purvis with the tip. Oh, here's Jury. Can't quite find it. Well, a little bit flustered, Liz, from the Aussies. Bell overcooks it.
She does. I've been impressed with the defensive lines of both of these teams this week, and I know Fast 5 is a real shooter's game. It's where the focus is, it's where the flair is, but New Zealand draw level, and I think it's definitely a game for the defenders, this one.
So off the foot of Jury, that will be an Australian ball.
In a one.
Of course, you can't deflect the ball with your foot. It looks good, just not allowed to do it.
In a one. Yes.
So it's a pass only from Erin Bell, and she has to go right back over the line to Weston. Look at the crowd there. Confused. Thwaites now needs to shoot with 2 on the clock.
Oh.
And it's not to be, and could it get any closer than this as we head into the quarter-time break? All tied up at 5 apiece. 3/4 of action-packed netball still to come in this 2016 Fast 5 Netball World Series Grand Final. We'll be back in a minute. As Australia and New Zealand fight it out for the 2016 title of Fast 5.
Contact on the tag.
We're all tied up, and this quarter right now is the power play quarter for New Zealand. Every score is worth doubles. And Maria two-time, oh yeah, hits a 6 right off the cuff.
She just looks so comfortable. There is no sense of thinking about where the defender is. Off the hands, beautiful follow through. She didn't even follow in for the rebound.
Well, Liz, that scoreline has just blown out now, 5-11. So Tippett for 2.
Good rebound from Pettit. She needs some help. Now, that's the amazing thing about this tournament, isn't it? Australia got a really good start, but it's one super shot from the hot hands of Tutayer, and it's game on. New Zealand in control.
So Cuttercutt gets the ball moving with speed. Trying to find Crampton. Hadley's got it covered at the moment. Selby Rickett.
And this is where Gretel Tippett is so good. Yes, she's not a master when it comes to shooting a long bomb, but she's just really been instrumental in holding up that New Zealand drive down the court.
So here she is again, the absolute master of long range. Oh my goodness! The crowd are on their feet as Maria goes again. 12 points in just under 35 seconds.
Well, yesterday it was 18 points in 2 minutes.
Well, this is almost an embarrassment. Australia get to score 1.
Don't forget, they have their power play later in the game, but you don't want to be chasing too hard. It's hard to play catch-up netball. Shimon, how did she keep that in?
Well, Kate Shimon doing the shimmy shake.
She's been superb in this tournament.
Agree.
Running construction.
Oh, great defensive pressure from Sinclair.
Oh, unlucky.
Your contact.
I don't know the crowd will enjoy that call.
There's a good contest between her and Hadley. Just see Nevins come on. So the Australians tend to rotate that mid-court every couple of minutes, and they get such great drive from each of the 3 players. They're rotating through. Huge pick up there from Purvis.
So in the background, the subs are about to roll. Courtney Bruce and Maria Tutayer about to re-enter the court.
Weston, this all eats up time, so you can see Sinclair just wants to get on with the game.
So Wilson under the post. This will give her 2 and out to 19 points. 13 now the difference. Well, if you've just joined us, you'd be thinking, what is going on here? 19-6. This is a power play quarter for New Zealand. Australia will get theirs in the final quarter. Nevins under pressure. Finds Tippett. She offloads to Susan Pettit.
On the ball, defense.
Beautiful offload from Tippett. We see her have done that with the taller shooter, but it's great to see that height coming down to Pettit and bring her into the game. Nevins, big defensive play.
Well, it needs to be rewarded here for Australia, and it will fall into the hands of Gretel Tippett. So let's not forget, Whoever scores the goal, the centre pass goes to the opposing team. That now puts the ball back in the hands of the power play New Zealanders, should I say.
Every time the whistle goes, it eats up valuable seconds. So the Australians are looking to contest, but to not draw the eye of the umpires. Shiman! Magnificent! And Nevins wins the wrestle with Sinclair. So the Australians were shooting at 50% at the end of the first quarter. That's gone up to 80%. New Zealand on 100%.
And Aaron Bell comes onto the court and drops one through. 10 points the difference now. Selby Rickett goes for 4. And that's going to hurt the Aussies even further. These two sides met on day one. It was the Aussies that got up by 3, 32-29.
Just get the sense that since Erin Bell's come on, she's just injected a sense of calm into that front line. In the power play, you do want to, within the rules, eat up as much time as you can moving the ball around. The Australians were going straight to post successfully, but it was giving the ball straight back to their opposition. Erin Bell has come on and now there's ball movement. They'll wait until the umpire tells them to go forward.
So there's Susan Pettit with the job.
Obstruction, keeper.
Watson out of play. And as comfortable as you like, Susan Pettit. A nervous Jane Searle, coach of Australia, desperately wanting the title. Here she goes again, Maria. And Shiman, solid.
It's a high risk, high reward play, that one, isn't it? You hit it, you get 6, you miss it, ball's back in the opposition hands.
Absolutely, and that is one of the great things about this game. 12 seconds on the clock, Susan Pettit for 2. Eventually comes up with her own rebound.
A smart play from Pettit, the ball's got to go out and come back.
Well, the buzzer's going to go, Liz, as we head into half-time. What a game we've got. It looks ugly at the moment. That's because New Zealand just had a power play. They lead 23-11. Don't go anywhere. Australia's power play still to come right after the break. New Zealand had a dynamite power play second quarter. They won it 18-6. Australia have got to wait until the fourth quarter, which was their choice for the power play. Take me through those stats.
Certainly was. Well, we saw the New Zealand shooting stats slip down. Can't read too much into that because it was the couple of misses on that super shot from Tutayer. But she hit 2, and that's what gave New Zealand that lead. Really interesting tactics. I like what they've done. They've put the pressure straight back on the Australian team. They're going to let them stew about it for the third quarter, and then they've got to do something about it in the fourth.
Well, here we go. Just under 12 minutes of play left. 2 quarters, a power play to come. And at the end of all of that, our victor for 2016. Erin Bell for 2. Well, Pettit under the pressure of Jury and Purvis comes up with the shot. And hand on ball from Hadley, but it'll be the Kiwis that come up with the play.
Yes, give it. Thanks. Bonich, hold it. Goal defence, obstruction.
So contrasting the defensive styles, the Australians are that one-on-one, hands over everything, including the shot from Bruce. Great defensive pressure.
Well, that's what I would call nothing but an air ball from Selby Rickett as Bruce uses the ring to come back into play. So it's been a clever little tactic from the defence end for Australia this weekend.
Just a steady build-up here and the beautiful pass into Bell. Pettit and Bell have played together in various teams over the years, and you can see that understanding, and I really like that moving circle, the speed that they get, the speed on the ball.
So we're back to 10, and the background tells us the rolling subs are about to happen as Selby Rickett.
Oh, look at the push and shove between Hadley and Sinclair. No love lost there. Sinclair, to me, has been the real explosive player that's come on for New Zealand through this tournament. You know when she's on the court, she gets in the grill. A cover opposition. 2 points there for New Zealand.
Well, have a look at this. Phoenix Karaka coming on to centre. We saw that in the previous game. Tutaye back on to goal attack. And the great beauty of this game is seeing players somewhat outside their comfort zone.
And the reason for that is really for New Zealand to have that extra defensive pressure through the middle. Just to make it hard. They want to start to draw Pettit and Bell out of the circle, out of the scoring zone.
Oh, strong rebound from Erin Bell. And can't finish a shot. And your favourite this tournament, Kelly Jury, comes up with it.
She's been good. Now, this is a real danger period for Australia. They at least need to go goal for goal with New Zealand through this third quarter so they can mount a challenge in the last.
Penalty, outside.
Bruce in particular needs to be careful she doesn't get caught up in the push and shove. She must stay in play.
Maya Wilson pops one through. And the score doubled at the moment, 13-26. Just 3 minutes of play left in this third quarter. New Zealand already using their power play. Australia still to come, and the ball goes the way of the Silver Ferns.
Brownie's offside.
So this is good, steady play from New Zealand. They're just building pressure. And an opportunity here for Australia. We've got plenty of time. But with fewer players, you can just see players making interesting and probably not the best decisions as they get tired. And that's what Australia needs to be careful of. They're playing catch-up netball.
So what can Caitlin Thwaites do for Australia? The ball goes in and out. And the beauty of Gretel Tippett, she's there to rebound.
Another thing about Gretel Tippett is she's not scared to get her head over the ball. And in this game, there's a lot of chasing for loose ball. And a few times this tournament, you think, gee, that's brave.
Well, the quick step comes from Tutaye, and the ball goes straight into the hands of Courtney Bruce.
Yeah, big win for Bruce. She really did get involved in a wrestle for that one. And just her strength showing through. And Purvis answers. Beautiful footwork there.
So it's a little bit of end-to-end stuff here. Tutaye goes for the super shot.
Obstruction. No.
Australia wanting the umpire to call that the ball was taken, the shot was taken, it's not, so she'll have another go. Oh, she doesn't miss that time. 29-14.
You know, you can say that New Zealand might just rely heavily on Maria Tutaye, but she can shoot them home. We just saw Waikam Wenga score 34 and 35 of Malawi's points to shoot them home. Tutaye can do the same.
Well, Caitlin Thwaites needs to deliver now for her country, and she just can't do it, so the Silver Ferns go again. Could their second quarter power play be a stroke of genius? Wilson sends them into the threes. They are now on 30. Tippett.
That's a pressure shot for Gretel Tippett. Well done.
So just the 15 seconds left on the clock. And New Zealand are going to try and make every second of it count. Maloney with the contact. Maria Tutaye, she's looked up at the clock. She knows this must go in. It's a super shot.
That's amazing.
Well, if that does not send New Zealand to the bench knowing that they have this almost in the bag, then what will, folks, we are going to put Australia under the pump. They're going to have to come back and respond in their power play quarter. Only 6 minutes of play left. We'll join you right after the break. So there you go, the South African side watching on. And I reckon they're all wondering if Maria Tutaye could be on their side because she has simply dominated. We're back into the final quarter now, and it's Australia with the power play.
Watch New Zealand eat up the time. They've got some smart players in this lineup, none smarter than this woman.
So the key here for Australia, Liz Ellis, they have to score, they have to take risk, they must be accurate.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful with their wrists. They don't want to go thinking that they've got to shoot these three-point super shots. They can do it with 2 points, but it's got to go in.
Oh, Jane Watson comes up with the ball.
Goal defence, contact.
The Australian defenders cannot afford to be out of play. They've got to be in there to contest it.
So the lady of the moment pops in another one for New Zealand.
Well, it's a gimme when she's in the 1 point zone, isn't it?
Volley, disruption.
Hadley nowhere to go. Gee, she's tinkering with the 3-second rule. Bell. Well, that's a footwork call on Erin Bell, and New Zealand fans have on their feet. They are starting to sense a victory here. A second quarter power play decision, the first time this tournament that they've chosen to do that. And oh, how successful it's been for them. Australia now, Liz, completely under the pump.
They are, and they've got to get the ball down. They've got to stop this woman somehow, because you can have all the double points you like, but if Maria Tutaya is potting at the other end, that's where the pressure's got to come.
Well, we're running out of words for the goal attack queen of New Zealand. I already called it a national day for her yesterday. I'm not sure what else we can do. Bell, Thwaites needs to turn.
Thwaites needs to shoot. She's a long-range shooter.
For 4.
Goal centre, obstruction.
3 minutes 30 on the clock.
For 6. Doesn't fall.
Well, every missed opportunity for Australia is an absolute gain for New Zealand.
Well, New Zealand have won this tournament on so many occasions. It's a really smart move to have that second quarter power play. They know how to control it for the win.
So here she goes again.
This woman knows how to control it for the win. Eating up valuable seconds.
Obstruction. She's jumping in on it.
Well, she mentioned the other day, her dad said, don't bother dishing it off to another shooter, just do it yourself. Selby Ricketts says, whatever Maria you can do, I can do just as well. New Zealand are smashing this grand final.
Australia looked a class above New Zealand yesterday. And Pettit held ball. But New Zealand have brought the game when it counts. They've won this game so far tactically.
Well, Lizzie, if my mathematics works out, in 2 minutes 20 of play, and Australia yet to score in this quarter as Maria, like she's just simply out of control. This is crazy.
Unbelievable that Australia have not scored in their power quarter.
41 points.
Pettit, the captain, what's she got? Nothing.
Oh, the New Zealanders in the stands. Unbelievable stuff. Well, you wonder why these kids have won it for 5 out of 6. I hate to call it a minute and 53 early because there's still 6 points that can be made. That's a lot. I can't do maths, Liz. Minus that, multiply it by 6. How many times divide it?
I don't have enough fingers, dude.
Excellent. So, Maria, why don't you just do it again?
Okay, here's an opportunity. If Australia are going to challenge, the challenge has to be now.
Oh, yeah, geez. You're blowing their tyres.
I know. I'm an optimist. Oh, jury.
Well, she put her hand down in the middle third, so it's offside.
Australia, keep her offside. Yep.
What a find. What a tournament she's had.
Well, the crowd are starting to erupt. So Susan Pettit, she must put this in. Absolutely needs it. And that is the story that will be for Australia. They simply cannot find the middle of the ring. So they're going to have to play out and take a super shot every single time. 44 seconds on the clock. I'm not going to say they can get there because they simply can't.
Yeah, and the Kiwis in the crowd are going absolutely off their brains. It's been a long day. It started with a long breakfast this morning. They loaded up. I saw them eating their carbs and they've needed it. They've got their team home.
And the ball falls short once again for Australia. Well, they're about to go for about number 9 super shot. 13 seconds on the clock. Absorb this moment, New Zealand. Look at you. You look crazy in your outfits, but you do it for a reason. 3, 2, 1, and the buzzer goes. The Kiwis remain the stars of Fast 5. They continue their stranglehold. They have the 2016 Fast 5 title, and that lady there is absolutely a star, Maria.
I don't know what else you can say about it. You know, not only does she turn and shoot, we talk a lot about that, but her movement of the ball down the court, absolutely integral to getting the ball from one end to the other. And she looks like she wouldn't blow out a candle. She's just so cool. And it was really that shooting under pressure that set up the win and put so much pressure on Australia.
Ladies and gentlemen, our champions for 2016, New Zealand. Ladies and gentlemen, your Fast 5 champions, New Zealand!
Well, there you have it, Maria Tutaia with the Fast 5 trophy. It'll go back across the ditch once again. They are unbeatable and once again world champs, KYTO.
Yeah, they are. Look, it's just so well deserving too. They're a fantastic team and they came out to play today. They deserve to take that trophy back to New Zealand, and all the other teams, more so than ever next year, will be so keen to claim that back off them.
Interesting, she said she's not a natural leader, but she was walking the walk out there in the grand final today. Stick around, there's more to come from Hisense Arena. After the break, we'll be wrapping up what has been an awesome weekend of netball. See you after this.